Good afternoon, Commissioners. Today I'm going to give you a brief report on the HAHC and Historic Preservation Program for 2017. Highlights from 2017 included continued high volume of C of A applications, including those that went through HAHC and those that were administratively approved. HAHC also reviewed landmark and protected landmark designations and was a part of various projects and accomplishments this year. In 2017, 379 C of A applications were reviewed, approximately 8% more than 2016, which had 348. 222 were reviewed by HAHC, and 157 by the staff and approved by the director. This made up approximately 41% of all applications, about 1% less than last year. The average number of C of A items each month was 31, with a high of 43 reviewed in June and a low of 20 in November, resulting in approximately $75,000 in fees. The C of A project types are broken down into 6 categories. 39% were alterations, not including additions, which is a significant drop from 55% of C of A's reviewed in 2016. C of A's for additions jumped to 37% from last year's 24%, and the remaining categories hovered around the same, with 18% new construction, 4% demolition requests, 1.5% relocation requests, and 0.3% for one restoration request. Distribution of C of A's was considered among both districts and landmarks. Norhill again had the most applications with 70, followed by Heights East at 61, South at 55, Woodland Heights at 34, and Heights West at 29. The Greater Heights area, including these as well as Freeland and Germantown, made up approximately 54% of all applications, the same percentage as 2016. 5 districts, Starkweather, West 11th Place, Cortlandt Place, Shadow Lawn, and Avondale East, had no applications. The C of A's represented 349 unique projects. The project count considers items that were for the same general scope of work to the same property as a single project. This includes deferred items that were subsequently acted upon, denied items that returned with revisions, and withdrawn items that later reapplied. Approximately 89% of projects were approved at the first review, and 94% were ultimately approved, an increase from 91% in 2016. This includes those that were approved after deferral or after initial denial. 6% of projects were denied with no further action by the applicant, with approximately 2% being certificates of remediation. As for appeals, there were 2 projects that went before the Historic Preservation Appeals Board, both of which were upheld. HAHC held hearings on 5 landmark applications, including the Southwestern Bell Building, the Ludwig House, and the Petroleum Building. HAHC also reviewed 1 protected landmark application, the Anderson and Lucy Todd residence in Shadow Lawn. Projects and accomplishments by the preservation program include voting to send the Houston Heights Design Guidelines to City Council, amending the Old Sixth Ward Design Guidelines, recommending 2 properties to the National Register as part of the city's certified local government responsibilities, which include the Downtown Post Office and the Houston Post Building. The Commission and HPAB also went on a tour of the Heights districts, and though it was a little colder than we expected, there was meaningful discussion about past projects and their effect on the district. Staff also had meetings with THC and attended a tour of historic and potentially historic areas post-Hurricane Harvey. Looking forward to 2018, we anticipate the Heights Design Guidelines to be adopted by City Council and be put into effect, while we continue the design guidelines process for Old Sixth Ward, Norhill, Woodland Heights, and Freeland. Staff is updating our application forms in anticipation of new information required by the design guidelines, and the new online application intake system, Preservation Tracker, is making progress. Staff will also continue responding to and planning for future disaster relief and guidance. As always, thank you, Commissioners, for your continued time and devotion to Houston's heritage. We are looking forward to the rest of 2018. Thank you.